Films don't exist in a vacuum. They have their own influences and inspirations. And sometimes the best way to interpret a new film is to have a good knowledge of what came before it. Here are 5 films, or TV shows, you should watch before seeing Shazam. First recommendation out of the gate, and I'm already venturing off from films. Sorry guys, but you can't watch Shazam's initial discovery of his abilities and the sequence where he's testing out his powers and not think of the greatest American hero. The early 1980s show starred William Catt of Carrie fame as a substitute teacher who has a run-in with space aliens. They give him a suit that endow him with superhuman abilities, entrusting him to fight crime and injustice on Earth. Over the course of 2 seasons, Captain Crash, as he's mockingly referred to in one episode, consistently struggles with honing his powers, never quite nailing it. I loved this show as a kid. Thanks to syndicated TV, which was the 80s way to binge watch, it was on heavy rotation with me. And just look at that nearly all-red suit and tell me you don't immediately get Shazam's big red vibes from it. Unfortunately, you can't stream The Greatest American Hero, but you can purchase the entire series on DVD. The fantastical elements in Shazam, which includes everything from wizards and gods to magical layers and demonic monsters, probably conjures up visions of the Harry Potter film series for most younger viewers. But for my money, I was consistently reminded of the 1985 film Young Sherlock Holmes.
Hallucination. Maybe not. Oh my god. They're going to kill her. Stop! She's alive! Before the legend began.
In the grand tradition of kidifying very adult things like Bugsy Malone and reaching its pinnacle with the notorious B.I.G., young Sherlock Holmes deals with a super sleuth in his teenage years attending a London academy. He takes on his very first mystery, dealing with fantastical, nightmarish hallucinations and an Egyptian cult. While the Spielberg flavor of Amblin nostalgia seems to be all the rage right now, with movies like Bumblebee and shows like Stranger Things wearing its influence on their sleeves, Shazam instead taps the films of Chris Columbus, movies for kids, starring kids, that have a wee bit more edge to them. Young Sherlock Holmes is available to purchase or rent on multiple digital platforms. While you can definitely feel the DNA of Columbus's more popular stories, like Gremlins and Goonies, in Shazam, I'm opting to talk about his directorial debut, 1987's Adventures in Babysitting.
You could say they were having a bad night.
Any problems? No, not really.
If they weren't having such a good time. Adventures in Babysitting.
Think your parents will ever ask me to babysit again?
If they do, I'd ask them for $1 more an hour.
When Billy Batson's foster family gets directly involved in the supervillain shenanigans of the film in its climactic act, I was reminded of this 80s cult classic about a group of kids and their babysitter going on an action adventure in the big city, where they comically deal with gun-toting tow truck drivers, car thieves, a gang war, and more. Plus, the Columbus movie heavily references another superhero god of thunder from that other comic book company. Adventures in Babysitting is admittedly silly fun, but it's not so serious take on very serious stuff. I found it very endearing in my youth, and I can't imagine something like this being made now, which is why I appreciated feeling its vibes resonate in DC's latest superhero flick. Adventures in Babysitting is available to buy or rent from multiple digital platforms. Obviously, no other film is better known for its kid transformed into an adult premise than Big from 1988.
I wish I were big. Sweetheart, 7:30, are you up? Josh!
20th Century Fox presents Tom Hanks. Big.
The fantasy comedy from the late great Penny Marshall is about a kid who goes to a carnival one night and wishes upon a fortune-telling machine to be big, waking up the next morning in the adult body of Tom Hanks. The exuberant excitement of a kid being able to do adult things so perfectly captured in Big is lovingly replicated in Shazam. Zachary Levi, who plays the titular superhero, even said in an early interview that Shazam was just big with superpowers. Levi, well known for his role as the lovable title character from the TV series Chuck, definitely has that early Tom Hanks look and charm about him also. And here's a little Easter egg for you. In the sequence where Shazam has his first bout with Mark Strong's super bad guy, is a direct reference to one of Big's most iconic scenes. You'll know it when you see it. If you're subscribed to Cinemax, you can stream Big now. Otherwise, you can rent or buy it from multiple digital services. No recommendation list for a movie about a kid with superpowers would be complete without one of the best in that very specific subgenre. Sky High.
Yeah, my boy! Sky High. My boy has super strength. Come here. Ow! Sorry. Ow! You are strong!
The 2005 Disney film about a high school for superpowered kids, which probably maybe sorta was inspired by the South Korean high school martial arts flick Volcano High from 2001. Side note, do you guys remember that Volcano High was brought over to America by MTV, airing a heavily edited version on their channel and dubbed with a voice cast that included Snoop Dogg, Pat Morita, and Tracy Morgan?
How did you get those powers? What is your purpose here?
I just want to stay in school!
Yeah, that was really a thing. I wonder if I can watch it somewhere. Sky High came along just as the superhero renaissance was coming out of its infancy. Directed by Mike Mitchell, who would go on to do this past February's Lego Movie 2, the movie featured a ton of fan-favorite actors like Kurt Russell, Linda Carter, and Bruce Campbell playing the parents and various school staff.
Are you insane? Sidekick!
It was a funny send-up of superhero tropes that also served as a love letter to the whole genre. I really dug it at the time, and was disappointed to see it mostly ignored by audiences. But now you know about it, so get out there and watch it along with the other 5 films or TV shows you should watch before or after seeing Shazam. Well, that's all folks. Let me know what you think of my recommendations in the comments. And if there's a movie or TV show I missed, share it down below. Hit like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss this or any other big screen theory.